Hey, it is the joyful Yogini, and it is time for the weekly reading. So I am filming this live on Tuesday. Normally, I do this on Monday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, but we had Labor Day Monday, and I went away for the weekend. It was really nice. It was actually just myself, one of my daughters, and her friend. It was just the three of us. I didn't even have dogs with me, which that was really weird. And it was nice. I had alone time. They had alone time. We played some games together and stuff. That was really nice. Oh, what I appreciated the most about it is being able to go paddleboarding. I love paddleboarding. It's just it. The view is just so scenic there. The water is spectacular, and just being on the water, being my own motor, taking all the sights in, and really taking in that element of water and taking in the element of wind. And I was also connecting in with Mother Earth and bringing that energy in and connecting in with ether. And it was just so nice, so amazing, so therapeutic. I think I already said that, but so therapeutic. And then I also went for a couple of runs. And again, the views are spectacular there. If any of you are from Ontario, Canada, it's my mom's cottage is, it butts up to Algonquin Park and to Crown Land, which leads into Algonquin Park. And it's just gorgeous. So yeah, I'm in gratitude. I'm in my Zen place. I also I didn't sleep that many hours last night, so I am a bit tired. So I think that's also why I'm in more of my. So I am filming this now because I'm still going to do my yoga, which I normally do on Tuesdays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So I'll have to try to keep an eye on the time because I'd like to try to keep that on time if that's at all possible. All right. So before we go into the weekly reading, I'm going to use my daily crystal. I'm just going to start preparing the cards, but I wanted to share something interesting. So those of you who have been following my videos, who is there? Greetings from Salzburg. Hey, greetings. Thank you for saying hi. That's very cool. I've never been to Salzburg before. Now, is Salzburg in Germany? Is that where Salzburg is? And if it's not, and I'm totally off, my apologies. I really did not pay attention in geography class, which is sad. But I wish I had paid more attention. So those of you who watch my videos, you might recall last week I was talking about this one dream that I had. Well, it seemed more like a vision. There's a difference between dreams and visions, but this person threw me a bean. So it was a seed to plant. And then the next image I got was this garden, and there was a section for me to plant this seed or this bean. And so when I got that, I was a bit shocked when I got that because the individual, the person who tossed it to me, gave me an idea of the area in my life that it had to do with, and something that's been kind of usually at the back of my head for a while. And I had a bit of I could call it a trauma. It was a big grieving that took place not too long ago associated with that topic. Yogini of Joy, Ebony Star, how are you? I'm glad you're here. And so I was really shocked that the person who tossed it to me got me to think about that subject. I was like, really? I should be planting a seed in that area? And I was totally surprised because my focus has been on other things where I've been feeling growth. I've been feeling energy. I've been feeling the fire, the drive to do something. And because I'm an empath, everything is about the feeling, the energy, the drive to do something. And it is so obvious to me these days when I'm meant to act on something, because nothing is going to stop me, like it's just that rocket that's about to take off and the jets that are like going, underneath. There's nothing stopping it now. That's normally what I feel. And so when I was tossed the seed, I'm like, no fucking way. Like I didn't even have an indication, but I still had some excitement with that. I'm like, okay, let's just see. Like, let's see what happens. And I knew I had some time between having that dream or that vision, whatever it was, between then and the new moon, which was happening yesterday, which was Monday. So on September the 6th, we had a new moon. And so I thought, okay, if I'm going to be planting the seed, I need to plant it by the new moon. And I was waiting for signs. I was waiting for energy. I was waiting for those rocket thrusters going. and I wasn't getting squat. I wasn't getting anything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why did you toss me this seed? Like, what does this have to do with? And so last night, before going to bed, I wanted to do a bit of a meditation on this. I'm saying a bit of it because I knew I was really tired. I had a feeling I was going to fall asleep, but I wanted to get some information. I ended up falling asleep, but I got the message within a dream. And the dream, I won't go into the details of the dream, but the gist of it was, it had to do with that topic. And I had to push so hard to try to make it happen. It was, I was trying this, and then something was happening. I was trying this, and another thing was happening, and I was trying this. And it was exhausting trying to make it happen. And then when I woke up, I looked at the different aspects of the dream and the offering. Well, it wasn't even really an offering. It was something that I was trying to make happen. And when I was looking at the different aspects of the dream, I'm like, that wasn't mine to take in the first place. It wasn't even mine to start creating in the first place. It was the little opportunity that I had within the dream was all it was supposed to be. That was it. And it created some fun and it created some excitement, but I wasn't meant to go further with it. And so I think the reason why I had that dream about that seed was to finally allow myself to let that go, because it was playing in the background, wondering what was going to happen with that, and not necessarily allowing myself to go full on in what was presenting, because we need to focus our energy on what is presenting right now. The universe has been giving us some offerings, some little gifts, some signs to show us the direction that is for our highest and greatest good right now. And even if you have some other things that you're like, but I really want to do that, and that would just rock my world. Like, that is the big dream right there, honey. That's the big dream. And that's fine. You can still have that big dream. But if nothing is presenting at this moment in regards to that big dream, instead of putting energy forward and exhausting yourself when it's not divine timing, and maybe you still need to learn more about yourself, then go with those beautiful gems that are being tossed at you right now. Like, what is being thrown at you? What are you seeing? What are the signs? Go with that right now, because you don't know how that can change and evolve. And maybe what's presenting right now is going to give you the offering of abundance that you've been longing for. And abundance can be in all different areas of your life, not just financial, but maybe you've been looking for financial abundance. And maybe it's not obvious right now on how that can be incredibly abundant. but just see how things evolve. And so I thought that was a beautiful message. And I wanted to be able to share that with you to see how you might be able to relate to that. All right. I think I mentioned I was doing yoga after this. This is why I have all my yoga gear on right now. So let's go into the cards. And if you have any questions or you've had your own insights about things, please share. And if you have any kids that are starting back to school this week, should I say congratulations? Our kids over here are starting on Thursday. So what does the collective need for this week? What are the messages that will help us to receive clarity, help us to heal, help us to experience the abundance that we've been longing for, help us to have more peace? Okay, so there are 5 cards that wanted to come out. The first card is, I think these glasses are a little cleaner, maybe not. Okay, the first crystal is pink opal. Be kind to yourself. Okay, I could use some abundance for sure. All right, Ebony Star. Yeah, okay, so let's see what these messages have for us to help us to bring that in. Okay, so be kind to yourself. I feel this might not relate to every single one of you. And remember, anytime you're having some type of reading, being guided through intuition, I think it's really important if something doesn't resonate to just let it go, because maybe that particular message isn't for you. So really tune in and see how it feels within your body. I just felt like I was supposed to say this. I say this every once in a while just as a reminder, but also sometimes you get a message that will strike a chord within you and go, fuck no, that's not for me. That's not what I want. It creates the answer for you loud and clear. So sometimes that's the reason why you get that message. So you're actually giving yourself your own answer through that visceral reaction that you have within your body, within your emotions, within maybe the thoughts, the feelings that come in. So just keep in mind. Okay, so the message I want to give for this is I feel like some of you have just been working so freaking hard. It's been exhausting, and you've been pushing yourself to the limits. What I'm seeing is a rope that is starting to get frayed. And they were giving me the sound just to make me laugh. So thank you. So yeah, so some of the rope has been fraying so much that they're actually breaking. And I feel like that's just a representation of your nervous system, a representation of the energy within your body. There's more constriction as opposed to ease and flow. And I've been noticing that in myself in maybe a different way than what some of you are noticing it. Because yes, I do yoga. I exercise in different ways. I go out in nature. I find ways to be able to create my calm. I find ways to have better balance. But I don't always have balance in, let's say, what I'm consuming. And I will go through some periods of time where I might just have too much of a combination of things that will be hard on my body. Like my body will be like more like, even though I'm like zenning out with doing yoga and meditations and stuff like that. But what I'm consuming, even if I'm not having like a whole tub of ice cream or something, right? But let's say I have a little thing of dairy-free ice cream, but then let's say I also have a coffee. And let's say I also have potatoes, which are starchy and they have a high glycemic index. It ends up turning into sugar when it digests. So again, it's like um, spiking up the sugar within my body, which can be too much on me. So I've been noticing that I've been doing that a lot more lately. And even if I have alcohol, right? Like all those different things in combination can create that. And so I'm needing to be kind to myself and what I'm consuming. But sometimes I'm drawn to those things because to me they represent fun, they represent play. And I sometimes I want to jack up my joy factor, right? I want to like bring this up a notch because I'm in a playful mood. Or sometimes I might notice that I'm kind of in a little bit more of a down mood, and then it will be more of a comfort type of thing to jack things up a little bit. So I do have the awareness, but sometimes I might just keep on, I'll do it anyway. And so I was getting the messages yesterday that, all right, have your fun, but you're going to have to clear yourself out. Even yesterday, I had a 2.5 hour drive home from my mom's cottage. And, oh, it's called the Joyful Yogini. Send me your PJs. It's called the Joyful Yogini. You can DM me if you want, and I can pass it on to you. Yeah, so with the drive home, and I knew the girls that were in the car with me, they would just be chatting it up. So I thought, and the bright sun, I thought, oh, it's going to make me tired. I'm going to get a French vanilla cappuccino from Tim Hortons, half decaf coffee in it to kind of cut the sweetness and to kind of cut the caffeine a bit. And it was delicious and I absolutely loved it. But could I sleep last night? Not very well. It was a really broken up sleep. And sometimes I'd be laying there and just feel the buzzing, like feel the energy inside my head, like zzz. And I'm like, okay, like enough's enough. It's time to clear it out again. So what do you need to do for yourself to be kind to yourself? Can you take better breaks? What can you do to find more balance within your life? Maybe look at your diet, look at your sleep patterns, look at what you're eating, look at who you're hanging out with. Are you hanging out with people that are ripping a strip off of you? And I mean like verbally, right? Are you hanging around people who inspire and motivate you, or they cut you down, or they give you little jabs but say, I'm just joking, get over it, whatever. So, but are you getting those jabs? Are you just being hard on yourself? What words are you saying to yourself? What thought patterns are you having about yourself? Time for us to be kind to ourselves. And even just if you happen to have pink opal, I don't have a pink opal myself. But if you happen to have that energy can help bring that self-love in, kind of similar to a rose quartz, and will help to guide you to be more gentle, to be more kind. It will help you to get into that feminine energy, that goddess energy. 3, Ion, you are beautiful inside and out. Thank you for your message. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That's super sweet of you to share that. Thank you. And I'm feeling that love energy from you. I'm actually feeling it right here. Like specifically, it was like, that went right here, which is, I never specifically felt it in a certain area of my chakra before, but yeah, that was really, so thank you. All right, so I still have 4 more cards, but that was just some important messages that wanted to come through. Oh, this came out last week too. Soda Light. Speak your truth. Speak your truth, Soda Light. So this week is still about relationships. Relationships have been coming up a lot, and it's not just a love partner type of relationship. It can also be relationships within business. It can be relationships with mom, dad, sister, brother, uncle, things like that, relationships with your kids or your parents or neighbors, etc. And so whatever relationships have been really prominent in your life over the past, I would say even 2 months, but for sure the last month and a half, for sure. Those are the ones that are still being healed right now. And it's really you who are going through this healing process. And it's important for you to have this inner awareness about what are you truly feeling? Because some of you within certain relationships, you might be feeling like, I can't put a finger on it, but something's missing. Something's missing. I don't quite know what it is. Or maybe you do know what it is and you think that, well, the overall relationship is really good. So why am I going to be focusing on this aspect right now? Like, come on, it's ridiculous. But it's not ridiculous. It's all part of our individual healing processes. So don't push away or push down those little discrepancies, I'll put it, of within your relationships. Take notice of them. And we need to speak our truth, first of all, to yourself. So does that bother you that the relationship is in that way or like that or lacking that? There's way too much of that, does it bother you? And I want you to validate your feelings by simply just embracing it. It's okay that you feel that way. So acknowledge any types of feelings that you're having about relationships. Acknowledge those feelings. And I'm not too sure if it's going to come up this week, and I think it will be different depending on maybe what your sign is. And I guess how we're still in Leo. No, we're in Virgo season. So we're still in Virgo season. So how Virgo, where that is in your chart, right? I'm not an astrologer. So it's just, I'm just trying to go into too much detail and failing miserably. So it'll be a little bit different for each of us, but some of you might feel inclined to speak your truth to those individuals in your life this week even. And others, it might just not be the right timing. So you're just going to be trusting on if you get that desire, you feel that fire. And if there's a bit of fear there, but you have that knowing that, no, I meant to say something, because it will help to at least open up the conversation, and it can help create more clarity for yourself and for them. So just pay attention to all that. And if that ends up feeling right for you. Very sincere. I'm glad you received it as it was meant. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that was Sodalite. The next one is Lepidolite. Recall your dreams. Recall your dreams. So, just like I shared the messages that I got from a dream that I had last night, you too can get some brilliant messages. And there might be some of you saying, I never remember my dreams, or I don't dream. I swear to God, I don't dream. You can try some different things just to see if you actually can recall your dream. And it might take a few days to get used to the process. But something that I started to do when I wanted to, this was a long time ago, when I wanted to analyze my dreams, is as soon as I woke up, I would not move at all. Don't move. Because if you roll, if you adjust yourself in any type of way, whatever has been going on, it could start fading so quickly. So if you can simply just get used to the habit of not moving when you wake up and go, okay, where was I? What was I just doing? And then if you do realize that you were within a dream, try to go back to the earliest point of the dream that you remember and allow it to replay. and try to, grab all those pieces. And then if you have a chance to write it down, write it down. If you have a chance to maybe tell someone about it, I find if I talk to a friend about a dream, it will help to bring clarity. This is the way I work, right? It's the way I operate. As I hear myself speak, then I start, the interpretation can start to come out. Not always. Oh, I got a new follower. Awesome. Yeah, so sometimes that interpretation can start coming through. So pay attention to your dream. So that is lepidolite. Oh, it's Shari. Hello, Yogini. Gorgeous as always. Oh, thank you, it's Shari. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you're here, especially because I'm doing this early, right? So I'm glad you guys were able to join. All right, the next card that came out, and I did just pull it right now upside down. So appetite. Get out of your comfort zone. Appetite. Yeah, get out of your comfort zone. I just wanted to look at the color. I feel like just by looking at the crystal, it helps to start creating a shift. So see if you can feel the energy from that crystal. So when you're in your comfort zone and you don't move beyond it, you keep on getting the same results that you've been getting. So if you don't move beyond it, then you just stay where you're at. So if you want to see some positive changes, try something new. And I'd like to say that each and every one of you have been getting signs as to what you should do next, what you could do next, but it might be a little bit scary. It might be bringing up a little bit of fear, which maybe has been preventing you from moving forward. So if you choose to take that step, despite the fear, you can have some brilliant changes happen. So this is just a silly example, okay? But maybe if I share this example, it might trigger something within you, your own personal experience. So I'm promoting my yoga classes, right, in town. I'm going to be doing my yoga at a dance studio in town where I live in Uxbridge, but also over Zoom too. So I can still have international clients joining me. I don't have a big yoga following. And I don't even have a marketing budget. I need to start making money, right? And so it was even a little bit scary ordering postcards. It might sound really silly, but I ordered 500 postcards and it cost $100 and something. So it was like, okay, I'm putting an investment in here. And some of you might be like, $100 is like nothing. But hey, that's... it's money that could go towards like groceries, that could go towards my kids' braces, it's something for sure. And then the idea was to do like a little mail out. And so I was gonna send out at least 400 of these postcards out into the community by Canada Post. I didn't know how much they were going to cost. And then someone else, and I got that message to go through Canada Post through Spirit. And then someone else suggested this and suggested that. And I second guessed myself a little bit. I'm like, no, I got this message from Spirit. I am definitely going to move forward on it. But also because I like to be open, because the universe can give us messages in different ways, right? They can give us messages directly, but sometimes they can give us messages through other people. So this one message that I got from this other person in town, I didn't get an adverse feeling from it. I'm like, oh, I should give that one, give it a chance. So I tried to look into a little bit more information about it. But the clock was ticking. I wanted to get these postcards out. And so I thought I'd give them a day to respond to me. And the next day they didn't respond. And I thought, okay, do I do I just move forward anyways? Do I give it another day? I noticed some fear coming up, and I needed to ground myself. I had to reground. I made sure I connected in. So I connected with source, brought in that energy, grounded myself down to Mother Earth. And then I felt, yeah, fuck it. I just got to move forward. And you know what? Sometimes I prevent myself from moving forward because I'm afraid about making the wrong decision, right? I'm afraid of messing up, wasting some money, right? And I just said, F it. I'm just going to go forward, because no matter what choices we make, we have a learning from them. So let's say I don't end up getting the best results, let's say. Well, I would have learned something from that. And I might do things a little bit differently the next time. Let's say the results are beautiful. Well, thank goodness I didn't prevent myself from moving forward. So pay attention to the fear comes up. Pay attention to the excitement that maybe you had before the fear that came up, because the excitement that you initially had is what you really need to focus on. Because when you get messages that are coming from a place of peace and joy and gratitude, and like those are the ones to go with. The fear is just, it's like that ego wanting to like bring you down, or ignite the traumas from your childhood. That's what I want to say. They want to ignite the traumas from your childhood to prevent you from moving forward. And it does make you even stronger as you're like, fuck you, I'm moving forward anyways. Who are you saying that to? You're just saying it to past traumas. And you don't have to give them the finger. You can just go, okay, you were hurt and I get it, but we got this. And you move forward anyways. So step beyond your fears. If anything has been preventing you from moving forward, take notice of that and think back about what really is going to be for your highest and greatest good. And if you're not making any changes, are you okay with where you've been? Because that's where you'll stay if you don't create some type of change. Now is the time for change. Okay, black kyanite is the next crystal here. Set strong boundaries. Set strong boundaries. So this is us standing in our power. What's important to us? I'm a mom, and I feel like I'm at Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm a mom. Hi, mom. Well, anyways, silly. And for me, my experience of being a mom has been dropping whatever I'm working on to help out my kids or my husband or deal with my dogs, and in many cases, I was always putting myself last. And the results that I was getting was reflecting putting myself last. How am I supposed to have optimal results when I'm not even putting energy into myself? And so that's why it's important for us to honor ourselves. If we don't honor ourselves, how are other people going to honor you, right? So you need to speak your truth. And it's not that you're not going to help them. It's just that you're going to do it in your own timing. You're going to do it in a way that works for you. And when you make these tough choices, and I say they're tough because it can be tough on an emotional level, right? And when you make these tough choices, it ends up being for everyone's highest and greatest good. Because maybe they needed to get their own or experience their own independence by trying it themselves. Or maybe they needed to practice patience by waiting to do things on your time frame if they can't do it themselves, as opposed to them getting everything like this, right? Instead of they say jump, and then you're like, okay, I'll jump. What a wonderful blessing is to have found you today. I needed to hear this. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Hey girl, how's your day? Hey management Annie. My day's going pretty good. Yeah, my day's going pretty good. I feel like I haven't accomplished a lot yet. That's how I kind of rate my day. It's funny. I think it's because I'm a Capricorn. I'm always like, climb that mountain, get shit done. Let's take action. And when I don't get a ton done, I'm like, well, that wasn't the best day, Not always, right? Not always. Sometimes the focus isn't about getting stuff done. Sometimes I'm better at bringing in that play factor, and that's going to be my focus today. But hey, I had a good workout. I had a good walk with the dogs, and now I'm doing this. So it's a pretty good day, right? Anytime I get to live stream, it's a fun day. So set boundaries for yourself, and get clear on what you want to create. And you can do this for the week, getting clear on what you want to accomplish for the week, but you can also do this for the day. What do I want to accomplish today? And create boundaries around that. But in general, create boundaries within your relationships and this could be a shift that might take some time, because once you start, if you haven't, not all of you can relate to this, but those of you who maybe haven't been necessarily standing up for yourself and what you need and what's important to you, then once you start speaking that truth and setting those boundaries, it can throw some people back going, what the heck is going on here? And so there could be a transition time. Okay, but those of you who have already been practicing that, this is just a reminder. Get those boundaries going. You don't want to get back into that old pattern. You've been doing really good. So it's that gentle reminder of, getting those boundaries going. I'm a Capricorn too. Let me tell you, you have accomplished a lot and inspiring me. Awesome. All right, fellow Cappy. Do you have your own business? Are you in, or you don't have to have your own business being a Cappy. I'm just curious because I was feeling own business for some reason. Caps are so hard on themselves. Oh, dead girl, Kristen, you're so right. You are more than enough just as you are. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I need those reminders. I definitely need those reminders sometimes. I can be incredibly hard on myself. Yeah, absolutely. I have high expectations of myself. And when I fail, ooh, that's tough. It's really tough. And I have to tell you, I failed a lot. I failed a ton, especially when it comes to doing my own business. And it's just been patterns of, definitely from childhood, thought processes around being able to make my own money. Something like so simple, but just like the messages that I got as a kid. But I do think it's also come through DNA as well. And also we're all very different on the way we achieve abundance individually, because for me, the whole process has also been around about trusting myself and listening to the messages that I get as opposed to someone else. And also experiencing the pressure from other people. And the pressure from other people is my own creation. I create my own pressure based on the perceptions that I have around other people telling me what I should do. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. But we do create our own reality based on our perceptions about concepts, about experiences. And so I'm scratching because I have a mosquito bite that I'm dealing with by scratching it. I need some afterbite. Yeah. So there's been some really good learnings there. And I hope you have all had some beautiful learnings in that area as well. So what's the time? It's time to get ill. Say, what's the time? Okay. Actually, that song changed to another song mid rhyming because it went from like more of a rap song to a kid song. What time is it? It's time for lunch. What time is it? It's time for lunch. That is just the weird mood that I'm in right now. But I just noticed the time and I do need to start yoga soon. Okay, I owned an outpatient physical therapy clinic for years. It was exactly what you're talking about now. Um, exactly what we're talking about now. I had to recognize my truth and realize I wasn't happy. I sold my business and now I'm living my dream. Cool. It's cool that you recognize that. Nice. Oh, well, I'm really happy for you. I'm so happy that you noticed what wasn't working for you because that can be really tough. You put in education, you put in time, the commitment, the things that you've said to other people with your excitement of this is what I'm going to do. And then, the visual we can give to myself is like a dog with a tail between the legs going, I didn't make it work. I failed, right? But it's not that. It's just, it can be a failure in your own head. But it was a beautiful revelation. It was a beautiful learning. So that is never a failure. It's learning more about yourself and what you need and what makes you happy, what makes you tick, what floats your boat, and listening to that and making those changes. We go along a path. And that path is not like a straight path. There can be lots of curves to the path. And then sometimes we end up taking detours. We end up taking a path off of a path, off of a path, off of a path. And it's always going to get us to where we need to go. And where do we need to go? Hey, I got a new follower. Holy cow. Where do we need to go? Well, we just need to go on a journey. That's it. We need to go on a journey to learn more about ourselves and who we are and start making choices that light us up, that make us happy. Because when you make choices to light you up, it's not a selfish thing. When you make choices to light you up, you shine your light bright and you affect everyone around you in such a beautiful way. So that's living the dream, right? I got another new follower. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Light yourself up. Make choices to light yourself up in beautiful balance. So it's about finding that balance. And then from there, as you're learning, sorry, I lost the channel there. Okay. So as you light yourself up, you're helping others to light themselves up, but sometimes not in the immediate. Sometimes you're going to create disgruntlement. You're going to create disharmony within their life. You're changing what is usually the norm in their life. You're creating friction for them, discomfort, going, what are you doing? That is just so not right for me. And that energy and those visceral experiences end up being seeds that are being planted for beautiful change. And the change might not happen while you are in their life. That change might happen years and years down the road, but it's just the beginning. And this is also something that came to mind yesterday that I wanted to share. It actually happened while I was on my run. I have this friend who we were really, really close for about 10 years, so close. And I think I've mentioned this before in other streams. I needed to part ways with this individual because they were someone that they would give me jabs and it just wasn't a good match for me to live my best life, for me to be happy, for me to be motivated and inspired. It was like cutting me down. But I learned a lot from this individual, and they are a beautiful soul, absolutely beautiful soul. And something that I went through with them actually began the healing of my second chakra. I've been talking about how I've gone through this big sexual awakening and how like last fall 2020 was like, holy crap. But I realized that the beginning stages of this happened probably about 8 years ago, maybe a little more. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm throwing a number out. It could be anywhere from, within an 11-year period. I'm just saying around 8. And, but I needed a lot of time to be able to sit with the beginning stages of that wound starting to be exposed and starting to go through a healing process. So I needed to go through a lot in between, and including a lot of changes within my love relationship. A lot of things we needed to go through a lot there too. So you can be a little earth angel just by you being you, and by making the choices that are best for you, setting those boundaries, speaking your truth, being kind and gentle and loving to yourself. And I feel like I am summarizing these cards actually right now. So, and then also recall your dreams, right? Recall your dreams and step beyond your comfort zone so you can have some beautiful changes different from what you've been doing right now. Shawona, ooh, how are you, my friend, across the border? Been a while, looking pretty big. Thanks, Shawona, it has been a while. Oh, thanks for saying hi. I'm glad you were available to come. Because we path to be sing in tune of because we can. I wish I knew the tune, but I know you got a song going on there, Shawona. Have you heard Lord's album called Solar Power? Ooh, I don't know. I might have heard a song from it, not knowing it's from that specific album. I'm going to have to check that out. If there's one particular song you think I should listen to, I would so love a DM, like DM with the name of the song, and then I can search it up on YouTube if you think of it. Anyways, that's cool. Thank you for mentioning that. So that is it for today, and I'm going to be ending the stream in just a minute. I'm going to set up for yoga, and yoga is probably going to start just a little bit late, maybe by a few minutes. What is it? Yeah, it is 12:29. I'm supposed to start in 1 minute. I also want to pull a card for inspiration as to what the yoga is going to be about. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining me. So tomorrow's Wednesday. It'll be time for Intuition Wednesday. And so you get to practice your own intuition tomorrow. And then if you want me to pull some cards for you, I think we'll probably have some time tomorrow to be able to make that happen. So what is the inspiration? Okay. So I got stick bug, activity beneath the surface, and then the blank card. Just choose your own adventure for the other aspect of the yoga class. So activity beneath the surface. Okay, so the theme is going to be about those little seeds that we've been planting through our thoughts, through our inspiration, through our inner desires. And so we have some sprouting now happening. We might not necessarily be able to see it coming out through the soil, but it's happening. So during this class today, we're going to be able to, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a yin yoga class. I feel like it's going to be nice and slow and hold poses for a while. Just really feel into the emotion of it, right? And this will help us to connect in with those inner desires as we move forward. Okay. So Dead Girl Kristen says, thank you so much. That resonated a lot of clarity coming through. Awesome. That's brilliant. And thanks for sharing that. Infamous one, thanks for the love. I appreciate the award. Thank you so much. And I haven't been keeping an eye on the upvotes and all that. I just want you to know that I'm so grateful. So when I look at it after and I see the upvotes, it feels like you've been passing on some love, and I love it. That's why I find this is like a beautiful exchange, being on here, being able to connect with your energy and feel your energy through your words and all that. So thank you. So I'm going to get ready for the yoga class, from my light to your beautiful kick-ass light. Namaste. And maybe we'll see you tomorrow for Intuition Wednesday. Bye, everyone. It's not wanting to close. It's not letting me sign out. Okay, I think it's going to work now. Bye. Okay, bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.